As you know, President Biden was in Nantucket for the Thanksgiving break, and he attended a Christmas tree lighting. That's a tradition in Nantucket town. Here's what happened there. Go. Okay, Biden, you can't hide. We caught you in genocide. I mean, right? You have a constitutional right to be a moron. It's protected in this country. And there they are. Oh, it really is depressing. All right, so President Biden didn't do anything today. I mean, he had to get over his vacation. He gave a few remarks about supply chains, mattered not. He does what he usually does, which is nothing. Joining us now from Cedarville, Ohio, is a guest we've had on before, very smart guy. Dr. Glenn Dewar is a professor of international studies at Cedarville University and an expert in political science. So you're on the scene. I'm not. I used to teach high school, but that's a long time ago. I'm just appalled at the ignorance of these students in some of the finer schools, they used to be anyway, in this country. What is driving this, in your opinion?
Yeah, it's shocking in many ways, because when we think about just the sheer lack of knowledge, or just even desire to dig below the surface, even a little bit, just to map out what you noted post World War II, or just the way that Israel was ganged up upon in 1948 and 1956 and 1967 and 1973. Really, Israel has had to fight for its life and to create for itself a country that can be safe. But in some ways, it's been a hollowing out of the curriculum. History is taught less. And when it is taught, there's a lot of, or a real lack of, ideological diversity, whether in high school, but more so in college, at the college and university level. Just depending on the statistics, somewhere between 1% to 3% are ideologically conservative. Now, certainly there are many Democrats that can be pro-Israel and have come to the fore there, but when there's just a lack of that diversity intellectually, it leads to this type of situation. Moreover, on social media, just these little snapshots that will tell a very, very brief story, and that's what's providing a lot of young people their information, rather than digging deep into the books, studying encyclopedias, things of that nature. I know it's difficult to travel, it's expensive to get to Israel, but if someone is on the ground, they will see an awful lot of nuance. Just you mentioned the wall. That wall is only 6% of the perimeter. The other 94% is a fence, and 140,000 Palestinians daily cross from that wall into Israel to work, to feed their families. And so there's an awful lot of nuance between those two major sides.
Yeah. Okay, but genocide and all this, this is the spouting of the progressive left. They're behind this. Why does the progressive left despise Israel, in your opinion?
A big basis of it is anti-Semitism, and another side of it is jealousy. Israel came from nothing. The desert has now bloomed. When you look at Israel and look at a number of its neighbors, and I give credit to a number of those neighbors who have signed peace agreements with Israel, but it's green on one side and it's not green on the other side. Literally, the grass is greener in Israel because of what they've cultivated. Tel Aviv has become a high-tech hub. Jerusalem has become much more peaceful, a great cultural place for people around the world to visit. And then there are vibrant cities elsewhere, from Haifa to Netanya. A lot of Christians, myself included, will go up to the Sea of Galilee. We'll look at different areas where Jesus himself walked. And it really is remarkable what the state of Israel has done with tourism. And so a lot of this comes down to jealousy, because the per capita income is much, much higher. And when you look at that circumstance, that's a part of it.
But why would the progressives take the side of the Palestinians / Hamas? I mean, look, if you're a progressive in America, you want a huge government apparatus to run every aspect of life. You want seizure of private property to redistribute income. This is what you want, okay? So the progressives can make an argument that we are noble because we're looking out for the poor people. We want to elevate them by government power. This is what we want. But in the Middle East is totally different. I guess the Palestinians, they feel, are oppressed by the Israelis, but you would think that the progressives might admire what the Israelis have overcome, you know, because they were, you don't get more of an underdog than Jews in World War II, do you?
Absolutely. It's really the biggest underdog group, but since 1973, they've been certainly much more powerful. I think it flipped on that occasion. And many in Israel heartily support the free market.
Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.